Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It is after the expo, and we're doing an expo interview. We are here live from Canton, Ohio. I'm live from Canton, Ohio. I'll tell you where those guys are coming from, but just in case you forgot who they were because you were at the expo and you saw those guys walking around, that's Joe Bliss. That's Todd Bailey from Extreme Fantasy Football. We're going to talk about how much fun they had, all the great stuff that they do at their site coming up next. All right, we're 10 days after the Fantasy Football Expo.
Yeah.
We did not get a chance to get Todd and them in because they are so damn busy running this super badass website called Extreme Fantasy. Or that or they forgot. We're not sure, but we're going to go with that they were just way too busy. But
Well, we are busy, hey, Bob,
welcome.
Bob, thank you again. On behalf of Joe, we had an awesome time down there. It is kind of cool having a post-expo talk here and not a pre-expo talk. So that's
all right.
A little different, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and once again, you guys were the Friday night party sponsor, which it's so funny because I love the Saturday party too. There's more people at it, but if I had to put a vote up, I guarantee you, if they said, what's your favorite party? Everyone's going to vote Friday. It is the coolest venue. It's just very chill because everybody's kind of just getting there. Nobody is hungover from the night before, so that helps. So I think that boosts the level of kicking it into gear. But it is a great time. We had our cornhole tournament again. We crowned 2 new champions. We gave away a free ticket from FFPC to Chris Hawk from Smash Up Sports, who got a $2,000 entry in the $1 million Big Gorilla contest on my FFPC. And the amazing thing is Chris still doesn't understand what that is yet, but we've talked to him about it.
FFPC is huge. So, wait, I gotta tell you though, Joe and I were sitting there watching the cornhole, and we had a front row seat to a near physical altercation. And we had to get you involved. We had to get you. We had to call Dad in to go in there and break that crap up.
Thank you so much, Todd, for bringing that up. Last year we got rid of flag football because we almost had a fight in the championship game. I had literally 8 guys I had to keep separated from killing each other over a freaking for fun flag football game. Now I get that. All right. That's intense. This is football. It's testosterone. It's a champion getting a ring, from Trophy Smack. I kind of get the intensity, right? But come on with the cornhole tournament almost having fist fights, and we weren't even in the semifinals yet.
Right.
But this is a perfect example of alcohol, testosterone, and competition becoming a bad thing all at the same time. So for those of you who weren't there, I won't mention names, obviously, but 2 teams, and each team had a very intense and very alcoholic drunk player on each side.
Right.
I'm not sure if they were very good or not because I didn't get to watch that part. So maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But every time they either got a point or put one in the hole, there was screaming like, flexing. And then they started going like close to each other. And I saw some of that.
They were crossing the line, They were like walking to the other end.
And I'm watching and I'm hearing. And at first I was like, okay, look, I like to play cornhole and I'm pretty good at it. So yeah, I get it intense. I will be like, ugh. But it's between me and me. Like I'm not trashed. I'm not even looking at this guy beside me. I'm intense.
Right.
Watch me play. Anybody who knows me knows I'm very competitive. But I heard it escalating. And then I saw one guy come over and then this guy came over. And then I'm like, okay, this is. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if I think it was Todd, maybe you or very close to each other. Yeah. You turned around and looked at me, and my mom turned around and looked at me.
Oh, okay.
My mom was sitting pretty close to you guys right there front row, and I just saw my mom turn back, and she went, You probably should come down here. And I'm like, okay. So I walked down, I got in between the four of them. I said a lot of choice words that I had to ask for forgiveness on Sunday at church. And I pretty much said, you both go back there. You're going to throw each 3 bags. Whoever wins, this game is over. And it settled, and they moved on. And I don't think there was any problems after that. But needless to say, I did highlight their names on my list, and they will not be allowed to play next year, even if they register.
Yeah.
If I can block them, but I will definitely send them an email and say, you are not playing next year if you come because of those actions. But, we lost Joe. We lost Joe. Back in. Joe's back. So anyway, thanks for bringing it up. And it made things a little fun.
It did. It was fun. So again, I want to thank you for that. And the weather. Thank you for whatever control you have over the weather.
That's all the big guys. So I guess he was playing with me like, hey, I'm going to give you good weather, but guess what fun I'm going to have with you? I'm going to have this guy's almost fight, so you have to get in the middle of it. And let's see if you can handle forgiveness. And I'm like, I try.
There you go.
Thank you, God, if you help me with that, but don't do that again. But thank you again for being a sponsor. Great event as always. Always love your guys' support. So we'll just bypass the beginning. If you want, let's talk about fantasy football because that's what we're here for. When did you guys start playing? Did you guys start in a league together? How did you guys become friends? How did that begin with fantasy football?
I'm older than Joe was by quite a few years. So I think I was playing, as far as the date wise, well before he was. But
were you playing in the late 1900s?
Pretty much, yeah. We had the abacus that we had the slide with
the slide rules. Yeah, that's always it's so
those little beads, the thing that these kind. No, so I mean, when Joe and I didn't know Joe until the 2000s, and we started playing together at around 2010, 5-ish. Joe, I don't know when the hell it was, quite a while ago. But we both had our experiences.
2005, 2006.
Okay. We both had our experiences with fantasy football well before we met each other. And we just hooked up at work, and we started hanging out together. And this guy, he knows probably as much as you and I combined on fantasy football. He just knows it all. And so having that kind of a person to even just talk about, or talk to, I guess, not talk about, I talk about him too, but just talk ideas through with them, made the creation of the Extreme Blitz, as we call it now, in 2018 easy, because I could bounce off ideas off Joe, and he's a straight shooter. He'll give you this sucks, now this works, and I appreciate that a lot, because I didn't want to put a lot of energy into what I was creating if it wasn't going to be a thing that might interest him. So
I gotcha. So Joe, before you were in ZZ Top, talk about this experience of fantasy football with you. And you trimmed your beard up some since you left the band. No, Joe, kidding aside. So talk about your experience in fantasy football before you met Todd, and how that all kind of grew together. You froze there for a minute.
Yeah, I started probably in the late 90s. Okay. I'm a touch younger than Todd. And I started late 90s. Like Todd said, we hooked up probably 2005, 2006, played a league together. And then one day he said he was super bored and needed a change, and that's how Extreme started.
Love it. So let's talk about Extreme Fantasy Football.
Yep.
Tell people what it is, how they can get involved, website, everything they need to know, so that when they get done with this video watching, they can get on there and start being a part of it.
Well, I learned a lot just in the past 9 months since, actually, if I go back a year from your expo last year, but extremeff.com is the website. Now, fast forward to the expo of 2024, when we're actually there, and we didn't know some guy named Scott Fish until he's literally talking to us in our booth. And he makes a comment. He said, "Are you sure that what you're doing is legal in all the states?" And I had done the research as far as the gambling aspect, but not as the gaming and contest aspect.
Mm.
He said, well, you may want to check out FSGA. So Joe immediately, while we're sitting in the booth, books his flight and his hotel room in Las Vegas for the February FSGA conference.
Yeah.
And we go out there, and we're a minor sponsor for that also, which is fantastic. We met
Great.
dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands of great people at FSGA, and we learned a lot. Well, we came back learning that we had to have an app. So we dug into it and eventually got a hold of TopTal. And everybody at TopTal was fantastic. We hired a guy who lives in the country of Georgia to help us design the user interface and user experience. And that went very well. And now we're sitting here, and I could tell you today, about 8 hours ago, we resubmitted for the fourth time our app to get approved by Apple.
Awesome.
Literally happened again today. So we're learning a lot. I had a time frame that I thought would have been perfect. Things happen when it comes to software and programming, and we're not quite live yet, but the app is supposed to be coming out this Thursday night. So we're 48 hours from that, so it's pretty excited.
Okay.
But we were able to show parts of the app and the back end of our app and all that. We do have two formats. I'll let Joe discuss one of them, but one's called the Extreme Blitz, which is the original one we have, and I won't get into big ordeals about what it is. Just it's different, but not crazy different. Took out injuries and a lot more things that made. This is what I first introduced to Joe when I was bored, like you said, which is true. I was bored. So I just created this, and then it's kind of taken off from there. But what we introduced last year, and I'll let Joe discuss this a little bit if he wants, is we called our Extreme Exchange.
Okay.
And that's a whole different thing. And Joe, if you want to pick up the ball, if you can from there.
Yeah, we launched the Extreme Exchange last year. Was our first year, and it's basically like the stock market, but we put players in it instead. And we break it up by running backs, receivers. We have a team offense. We have a team defense. Kicker, team kicker. We have all that, and you can buy as much as you want of any position. You can have all running backs. You can have all receivers. You have $1,000 portfolio that you start.
Okay.
You can buy and sell after Thursday night's game or after Sunday's game for Monday. You can buy and sell as much as you want. When we did launch that last year, the winner that won our first year had 680 transactions. So he was constantly buying and selling. But he built his portfolio.
It was Joe's brother who won.
Yeah.
And Joe, tell him about your golf with them, how you're golfing and whatnot.
So we're in a golf league together, my brother and I, and we're out golfing. And I'm up and I'm teeing off or I'm hitting or whatever, and I come back to the cart and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm buying and selling." I'm like, "Dude, you got a problem."
I witnessed them doing it at the Michigan football game. He was
but it wasn't Ohio State Michigan game, right?
No.
Okay, so that's all.
4-0. Last 4-0. Anyways, so like Joe said, we decided to create the exchange, and it will also be part of our app. We'll have the Blitz and the Exchange on our app.
So talk about the Blitz. How does that work? What do people do?
The Blitz is an 18-week season. So you play all 18 NFL weeks. Okay. And we broke it down into 2 9-week halves.
Okay.
And each week you go into the app and you would pick the players that you want for that given week. You could pick anybody you want, but only once per that 9-week half.
Okay.
So what makes it different and fun to me, we all know I'm a Drew Brees fan, right? But I didn't always get Drew Brees when in
Right.
traditional redraft.
Sure.
So I want Drew Brees. So now I found a way I could get Drew Brees 2 weeks out of the year, but I get Drew Brees 2 weeks out of the year. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, so what it does is it gives you a chance to look at the matchups, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play Mahomes. I'm going to play Josh Allen. I'm going to play Lamar Jackson. I can rattle off probably 9 or 10 quarterbacks that I'm probably going to play in the first half. I
Right.
just need to figure out which week I'm going to play these players.
Right.
So what it does is it basically eliminates the long-term injuries. If a player's hurt, you just don't pick them.
Right.
So then the top two league teams in the first half earn a spot in the championship game, which is a 2-week game.
Okay.
And then at week 10, all the standings and all of the player usages reset back to 0.
Okay.
So now you're playing the second half. And then the top two teams second half go to the championship also. So theoretically, you could actually not even play in the first half of the season. You didn't hear about
If
it.
you win the second half, you're still in the championship anyway.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And the finals is a 2-week in weeks 19 and 20. So you
Oh.
could actually play. You're playing in the same time frame as the actual NFL playoffs happen.
So of course now you're picking from those teams.
Correct. Yep.
So you actually could have like Josh Allen 3 times.
Yeah, you could. So and then in the playoffs, you could pick anybody you want, but only once in those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
So and there's a few more things we've on there that we made different with the league, but the gist of it is that we took away the long-term injuries because I hated the fact, and we've all experienced it in our lifetime playing fantasy football, when our star gets hurt early on in the season, and then you're bucking the waiver wire trying to find somebody to replace them, and it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
We got to try and get Joe to give a trade, and Joe holds on his players like they're like gold and
like they're his children or something.
Exactly. Now Joe actually does trade. I gotta give props. He actually does trades, but some people don't. So that's the Blitz, and there's just a little bit of it.
Cool.
And then, like Joe said, the exchange is a little different. It's 18 weeks also. You get $1,000 by anybody you want to buy, and there's no restrictions. You just can't buy any more than one of a share of a player or a team at one time. So I couldn't have 2 Mahomes, but I could have a Mahomes now, sell them later, and then rebuy them. The example that we used a lot at the expo was Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
All the values are based on last year's stats, or if you're a rookie, you're based on the round you're chosen. So Barkley had an awesome year last year. We all know that, and his price is $220 and a few pennies right now. Again, if you want to spend 22% of your budget on Barkley, go for it, right?
Right. But his value probably not going to go up much more.
Exactly.
He hits such a high peak. Even if he has another great season, his value probably won't change much, right?
You're playing against your ghost of last year.
Right.
If you played last year, you're playing against a ghost of yourself this year. That's how I always kind of phrase it. But the McCaffrey is $58.
Right.
And we know he didn't play well last year. He was injured, so his stats are low. So if Barkley and McCaffrey had the exact same day, if they both performed the exact same stats, probably wouldn't be at a $230, $240 value. So odds are that Barkley's going to lose value,
right,
and McCaffrey's going to actually gain value because the values change based on what their game performance value is versus what they were pregame.
Very cool. No, I definitely got to get into this.
And like Joe's brother did, he's buying and selling all the time. So you can buy and sell. There's no transaction fee. There's no limit. So
gotcha. So in either one of the games, do you have to spend any money to play, and can you win any money if you win?
Okay, so to make it legal, I'm going to try and say these words properly because it is kind of hard to say. We had to have I can play but don't have to pay.
Okay.
And we have I can pay but don't have to play. All right. Okay. So what we've done, and I did get it right. What we've done now is we have a subscription services.
Ah,
When you register, you automatically get registered in what's called our rookie league,
okay.
which is free. There is
Okay.
zero cost to be in a rookie league. Now, also, the app is not just a fantasy football, our Blitz or Exchange League app. It is literally, we call it NFL information with the ability to play fantasy football on our production. So there's drafts, there's combines, there's
Oh,
camps, there's
okay.
preseasons, there's
So
injuries,
news and
news.
stuff. Okay.
Joe's talking. Joe's giving an advice on sports betting.
Okay.
There's betting lines. You can't bet. There's betting lines on there. So it's
Okay.
a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. Cool.
So you get all of that even on the rookie level, but you also get the ability to play in one Blitz and one Exchange League for free.
Hmm.
So if you do want to play and not have to pay, there is zero cost to play.
Okay.
And we don't give out cash prizes for that. We give out trophies, maybe even a crown champ thing. Maybe
There we
I don't
go.
know.
Yeah. Perfect.
Those kind
Yeah,
of things.
yeah.
We'll find something to give out to that for the rookie leagues. Now, the Blitz and Exchange both have rookie leagues.
Okay.
You can upgrade to the Pro or Hall of Fame. Pro is only $50 a year. Hall of Fame is $100 a year.
Okay.
And the biggest difference is you get to play more of the fantasy football games.
Okay.
So if you were to join a public pro league, you pay $50. You're going to be in with all the masses who want to play that league. And there are unlimited number of spaces available to
Hmm.
play in our leagues because who you draft and who Joe drafts has no effect on who I draft.
Right.
But I can pick who I want to pick,
Right. Because you can
either
pick who
in
you
Exchange
want.
or the Blitz. So I don't care who you guys pick. So
Right.
the number of opportunities is endless there.
Gotcha.
So, but you do have the ability to play in a public leagues. On the public leagues, on the pro level, we have a $1,000 cash prize, and then
Hmm.
on the Hall of Fame, which is $100 per year to join, is a $2,000 cash prize.
Okay.
You also have the ability to create a private league. It could be as few as the three of us if we wanted to, or as many as thousands of us.
Okay.
If you are in a pro level minimum, you can create a private league and you get one of those codes. You pass it out to your friends. They all register, use that code, and join your league.
Gotcha.
So we
Cool.
have the ability now to, again, play without paying, and you can pay and you can get the information that we're giving away and
Mhm.
not being obligated to actually play.
Play. Got it. No, sounds like a great deal.
I
Sounds
do
like
right,
a lot of
Joe?
fun.
Did I do it right?
Not once for a yes.
I think, yeah. So, anyways,
Oh, we lost. Okay.
lost Joe again. So, anyways, that's what we wanted to do, and
Mhm.
the app will have all this available to us on an easier basis. It is still web based. Again, extremeff.com
Mhm.
is the site, and we have that beautiful purple color that everybody loves.
Show
It's
them the
amazing.
wristband. Show them the wristband.
Wristband, yeah.
There you go. Got it.
It's amazing the effect on Joe's back. It's amazing that the effect that color does. It stands out
Oh, it does
because really
definitely.
no one's got purple out there in the vendor
Yeah.
world. So
And you
it's
make
time.
every Ravens fan very happy.
Yes, that
No, I
is
love
very
it.
true. So
Well, guys, it's, great description, great information. Let's talk about not only 2025, because you've already been to the expo and you've talked about what a great time you had. Let's
yeah,
talk about 2026 because you're back as the
we
Friday
are.
night party sponsor. Very
Yep.
excited to have you back. Um, Folks, if you're out there and you've thought about coming, guess what? Go there now. Go to the website, thefantasyfootballexpo.com. There's a spot. Fill it out. It says name, email, blah, blah. And then we will notify you when tickets will go on sale. And I will give you this hint. They will go on sooner than the Super Bowl weekend. We are moving the event up to July 24th through the 26th. So if it was a problem for you before, kids in school, work, blah, 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 kids' birthdays, I'm talking to you, Matt Walsh, and anybody else, anniversaries, I think I'm talking to Joe Pisapia for that one. You don't have to worry about that. Now you got July 24th to 26th. I could have another kid that's birthday's that day, but that's okay. But it is that day. And again, we will be putting the tickets on sale sooner than Super Bowl weekend. We're not going to tell you exactly when. But right now, get your name in there, get your information in there. You will be in our database. We will notify you as soon as we're going to put those tickets on sale. And the other cool thing is we're going to continue to do our newsletters every 2 weeks throughout the season, just to keep everybody informed of what's going on. So we'll probably have Todd back in there talking about his game. Maybe we'll do another interview. Maybe once he gets his app going, we can see a demo of his app and how all that stuff works on the Blitz and also the exchange. So, Todd, I don't know if Joe's going to make it back, but once again, thank you for being a part of this. Tell everybody where they can find you, Joe, and everybody at Extreme Fantasy Football. And once again, thank you for being a part of it.
Well, first, I do need to tell everybody, and Bob's not paying me for this, whatever, but it is a great time to go there. And if you're going to go, you have to get a room at the DoubleTree. They're not paying me either, but get a hotel room at the Hilton downtown Canton DoubleTree. Mm-hmm. That's where the action is at. And just hanging out at the down lobby bar is fantastic. The networking there, you get to see people and talk to them is fantastic. Then it's so casual. It's just sitting down, having a drink, having dinner, talking about football without having any kind of putting on the best of my show.
Yeah, right.
And then when you go to the actual expo, whatever day it is, you're going to go there, and there's just so much to go around. Whether you walk through the 45 different booths we have.
40. Usually we have 50. Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
So 50-ish booths there, which people from marketing, people from league creation, like we have, people who like trying to sell analytics and prizes and just all
crowns and chains and all that fun stuff.
And you got so many cool companies there, and it's all just like a big, I'm going to say brotherhood, but I guess brotherhood and sisterhood, because it is that. But you have well worthwhile panels to listen to if you want to do that. SiriusXM is always live there. In fact, I heard them a couple of times on the way on the way to the expo that they call the Dome the house that Bob Long built. Just so you know.
Okay.
I heard your name.
I don't think I'll get any credit for it. No, I get any revenue from it, but I appreciate that. You know what else is also fun with SiriusXM is they replay that stuff all that weekend and the next week. So you can catch the Kings Classic draft live. You can, on their recording. And the other fun part is if you didn't get to go, you missed the Kings Classic drafts that were done live that day, you can go into the SiriusXM app, type in fantasy football drafts, and you can actually pick both the auction and the snake draft, and you can listen to it live while we're doing the picks, while we're doing the auction. And I tell you what, folks, and I know I'm in it, so I'm a little biased, but you will learn so much by just listening to the analysis, how the picks fall. It's a 14-team league. So if you're in that kind of format, if you're in a 14-team league, now we have 3 flex, so that's probably a little more uncommon. But if you're in a 14-team league, I will tell you all right now, it is 100% different than a 12-team. And I know you're sitting there going, Bob, it's 2 per round. It can't be that big. No, it is. I'm going to tell you right now it is. Because whatever you thought ADP-wise goes out the window. Because if you're at the back end of that scenario and you've got now 28 picks before it gets back to you versus 24 picks, it makes a big difference. People you're drafting, it is. And so it's a really great way to do that. We also do an auction draft, really good way of hearing the values of players, and because most are $200 kind of salary cap or auction league drafts. Same thing. We do that there, 16 players. So really sets a nice value for players before you go into your home league or your work league or whatever. Right. So definitely take a listen to that. And Todd, like you said, just great stuff all around, from SiriusXM being there to all the top experts. Again, we love your support. We appreciate your support from Extreme Fantasy Football. Can't wait to have you back, brother. Can't wait to see you in probably February in Vegas again. So once again, tell everybody where they can find you guys, and we'll take it out from there.
Thanks, Bob. That's extremeff.com is the website. The app, I promise you, it's coming. Hopefully, even by this week, so you'll find it on Apple and on all the Android stores also. It's just, and again, we come across as a information source now with the ability to play fantasy football. And actually, in our information and our advice, we don't just focus only on our formats. We actually have advice for all formats, all of the major formats. So looking forward to all that. And again, Bob, I want to thank you and your wife. You guys did a great job. Great hostess, fantastic. And the venue is venues are ideal.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So once again, everybody, that's Todd Bailey. We had
Thanks,
Joe
Bob.
Bliss on for a while, but he's there in spirit. Trust me,
He is.
So I'm Bob Lung, Fantasy Football Expo. I'm going to click this button. You're going to see a lot of the social media for the expo. Follow them all. That's where you'll see everything. We're posting all of the panel videos over the next 2 days. So even if you miss the whole thing, you can see the biggest names in the country there on stage sharing their knowledge. Check them all out. They're absolutely free on the Expo channel. So everybody take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Bob. See you.
Thanks for watching. Lock in your 2025 football tickets now at thefantasyfootballexpo.com. Hit subscribe and check out one of these excellent @FFExpo videos next.